Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Well, few places are as iconic and few places are as legendary, but you have to go all the way to the West Coast to find a track this big and this fast. Live here tonight from the legendary and virtual Auto Club Speedway, it's QSR. Chase for the Cup, the Next Generation Series. David is now a dad, 170 here tonight for race number 2 of the season. Welcome in, everybody. I'm your host, and look at that schedule going all the way to May 13th at Charlotte Motor Speedway Auto Club, the second race on this schedule here. And this week, it's one of the tracks I'm familiar with, one of the tracks I get excited about. Absolutely love coming to this place, and it's a shame that it's not on the regular Cup schedule anymore. Seen a lot of last lap passes out of turn 4, multi-group progressive banking for the win here, and just absolute carnage on the back straightaway. We've seen Jeff Gordon, back in the past, have a lot of success here. Jimmy Johnson as well. Casey Kane, quite a few drivers add their list. Matt Kenseth, just so many people over the years. But here tonight on iRacing, it's some of the best in QSR. You got Carter Lenz, Daniel Molnex out here, Alan Dobbs, quite a few drivers up here in the top 5 that we're familiar with, and Christian Ruckriegel getting a top 5 starting spot here tonight as well. Quick look at the track map, opened June 20th, 1997. And until they tore away the turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, shortened this place down. Not entirely sure if this track will ever come back on the schedule, but hopefully here soon we'll get a look at the new configuration for Auto Club. It's just not going to be the same without those steep banks. But race analysis here tonight, 85 laps, 55 mile per hour pit road speed limit. 4 tire sets will be available in the pits with 2 green, white checkers, 100% fuel in our stage lap at lap 26 here tonight. So with that, let's take you trackside now. Get that grid up on your screen, starting on the pole. A 40.221, Carter Lenz on the top spot. Daniel Molnex will start to his outside. So the 66 and the number 6 on the front row. Alan Dobbs, Christian Ruckriegel, as I said there, 3rd and 4th position. 5th spot goes to Nicholas Caldwell. David Kiloff will start in 6th. 7th, Stephen McGough and Austin Thomas, 7th and 8th. Rounding out your top 10 is Michael Costner, Brent Allen in the 13th. 11th spot goes to Waylon Turner. Wyatt Walker will start in 12th. 13th goes to Michael O'Neill. CJ Gates going to start in the 14th position. 15th, Quentin Stewart, CEO of QSR Simulators, and Tony Brennan in the 16th position. 17th, Ryan Philbrick. It's going to be Brody Deutscher in the 18th position. Going on back to 19th, Galen Wunsch, Tristan Pena will start in 20th. Pena, rather. Brendan Yates in 21st, Randy Sully in 22nd. 23rd goes to Josh Wren. Greg Pillar will start in 24th. Mike Petrin in the 17 will start 25th position. John Walker in 26th. Taylor Clement in 27th position. 28th goes to Ronnie Joyner. These cars electing not to take a time as we continue on with the grid. That's going to do for Larry McLean and Ethan Wisnowski. So here we go for 85 laps. QSR Next Gen at Auto Club. Right out of the gate, Carter Lenz hits the wall, loses the top spot, is falling back to 3rd now. Is Daniel Molnex to his inside. Behind them, a lot of 3-wide action, 4-wide even almost there for a second. Coming out of turn 2, gets really tight. It's a car moving up in front of the 20 machine. Not sure who that was. That green and white 85 of Wyatt Walker. 20 catches the wall. Dobbs leads another time by. So Nicholas Caldwell and Alan Dobbs have moved up through this field rather quickly. This race is going to be one of those draft style tracks that you can break away, but for a while it's going to be pack racing. You can see here, just inside the top 10, just behind them, 4 wide behind. Car in the wall, and then follow up with the 35 of Austin Thomas. He got into the back. I think that was let's say that was the 92 of Mitchell Costner. They're still running it 3 wide. It is chaos back here. 35 dives to the inside. One hell of a show being put on here through 3 and 4 at Auto Club. And heavy contact with the wall. I think that was the 06. He's going to get pinned up there. Dryden Philbrick trying to make some room into the entry of 1. One of the best looking paint jobs on the racetrack, I'll give him that. The contact with that wall, I'm going to wear some of that paint away. While we talk about that, Nicholas Caldwell is competing for the lead. They're going 4 wide for the top spot. Squeezing it in there with the 6. Daniel Monex is going to fit it in there. They'll stay 4 wide. Lenz gets back to the top spot. 11 backs out of it in the entry of 1. They'll go 3 wide into turn 1. On the outside for Lenz, on the bottom for Molnex, in the middle for the 54. Contact, bouncing off of each other, holding on to it, and they're going to keep going down the backstretch. Fantastic job to keep this car going the right direction for the 6 of Molnex down that backstretch. Got that hit on the right front. The 11 to the outside now of Nicholas Caldwell. He had the lead and another door touch from Molnex to move him up the racetrack. They're very aggressive here on lap 8. Just fitting in front of it, Molnex in contact with the 1 in the 85, Waylon Turner, Wyatt Walker. Could throw a blanket over this top 6. Dobbs holds on to the lead by 1/10. Meanwhile, in the background, Quentin Stewart slowly creeping back into this picture. Now to the inside for Lenz, trying to take back that top spot. Side by side continues on back. This is for the 14th position. You have Philbrick on the inside. 33 of Ruck Regal, who started up here in the top 10, has fallen back rather quickly, was able to qualify well, but for Ruck Regal, this has not been the start. Started in the 4th position, now down to 15th. Back up front, though, Dobbs still has his hands full. Off the back end of the 54, has the 6 to the inside. Molnex look for the point again. A lot of shifting down this backstretch. really loose, and he loses it the back end. They're 4 wide, 5 wide for the lead. Molnex on the outside. 85 of Wyatt Walker already. 3 lead changes here today. 11 laps. Car in the wall back there, that's Carter Lenz, who ran out of racetrack. And I believe has brought out the yellow as he locks it down and going to take an early exit here. Back on our V-Speed Instant Replay to try to get a look at exactly what happened to Carter Lenz. Car got sent up into him. A little bit of shock and awe here. I think that was the one of Waylon Turner who had the contact maybe with the 11 here. Car got loose. That was the 6 of Molnex. And a little bit of a checkup. Molnex put the 1 in the wall as well. Molnex didn't get loose. He just had contact there with the 54. So a lot of doors being brushed and banged at the start of this race. Carter Lenz is going to be the first exit here on lap 13. Quentin Stewart going to elect to take just 2 tires here. He'll come out first on the top spot. Few drivers that stayed out here. Wyatt Walker back to John Walker, CJ Gates, Greg Pillar stay out on the racetrack. And the 85 will have a little bit of a cushion here for this next restart. But as they come back out, get grouped back up. The 85 of Wyatt Walker will take the top spot for this restart. Don't go anywhere. We have plenty of action yet to continue. You are watching QSR Chase for the Cup Next Gen Series. More coverage right after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here live from Auto Club, race number 2. The next gen for QSR. David is now a dad 170. Back here live on V Speed. Wyatt Walker, who stayed out on the racetrack. CJ Gates to his inside. Into the turn 1 Tsunami's restart zone. Back underway for Wyatt Walker. A lot of 3 and 4 wide on that last start. Will we see more of the same? Out to a pretty good jump here for Walker, but he gets a piece of the wall. He's going to leave that time by, but Daniel Monex on 4 fresh tires is already worked up there. Quentin Stewart getting past the 14 of CJ Gates. Looks like 2 tires have worked out so far for track position, but more 3 and 4 wide back out of the exit of turn 2 to the inside. It's the 199 of Galen Wunsch. Seven spots gained here. Just outside the top 10, trying to work his way past Steve McGough. Austin Thomas to his outside here down the backstretch. Thomas fighting back for the 12th spot. Walnex took over the point. We got a car on the wall. That's the 99. And big problems here for the 99 of Quentin Stewart. That'll bring out a second caution. What happened here to Quentin Stewart? Up to the inside of Gates, 85, and Walker comes down into him. The 9 nowhere to go. Trying to figure out who that was. Deutscher, I believe. Go back a little bit further. On board with Wyatt Walker. So heavy damage for the 85. Daniel Monex will hold on to the top spot. So we cycle all these drivers through pit road. Daniel Molnex, CJ Gates, Alan Dobbs, Quentin Stewart gets back up to his spot. Greg Pillar in the 5th position. Biggest mover of the race is that number 32. Worked out from 24th position to the top 5. We have some old tires up here in the top 5. CJ Gates, 20 laps on this stint. Greg Pillar, 20 laps on this stint. Oldest tires on the racetrack here for your 2nd and 5th place drivers. Starting to approach that gray area where these tires will be effective, but right around a quarter of a way through this race. 4 tire sets available. I think I would have came down and grabbed some tires at this point. It's going to be a tall order. Keep this thing up front. Green flag up in the air. Turn 1 Tsunami's restart zone. Let's go back underway here at Auto Club. Daniel Monex has the lead right now. 3 wide behind here. Quentin Stewart. 54 Alan Dobbs raced right up to the back bumper. CJ Gates on those old tires. A lot of contact. They look 4 wide. Across the start-finish line. Gates stuck in the middle. Into 1. Four wide briefly there out of the exit of 2. Gates backs out of it, lets these drivers by on the outside. These older tires already starting to show. Pillar holding on a little bit better than Gates. CJ Gates continues to fall back. Back to 10th position now. Pillar holds on to it. 35 gets loose and around for the 83 and Mago. Another caution. The 83, Steve Mago gets into the outside wall, comes across the nose. Not exactly sure who that was there. See if we can get a look at that. It was a 33. Ruck Regal. The problems continue here for the 33 machine. He started up in the top 5, has fallen all the way back to 19th here to start this thing out. It's a tough break for him. Well, we still have some racing left to be done. We're going to take a quick break here. You are watching QSR Chase for the Cup, the Next Gen Series. David is now a dad 170. Back after this.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Back here live at Auto Club. So far, we've had 3 cautions and 5 lead changes. 25 laps about to be complete. Going on lap number 26. Alan Dobbs will be the command car this time. And he has led 10 laps here today after starting in the 3rd position. Tyler Clement, for the first time we've said that driver as we hit the restart zone, back underway. He will be to the outside, but 97 falls back. Now he'll drop down to the inside, trying to put a block on the 6 of Daniel Monex, who has a big head of steam. 6 is going to get tight here coming out of the exit. They're going to hold on 4 wide behind him. And the 14's around. CJ Gates gets turned into the entry at turn 3. And another caution here tonight. Heavy impact with the outside wall from the 17. Can't quite tell who that is that got the other piece of it. There's Steve McGough. Brent Allen also involved. Looking across the nose of the 199 of Galen Wunsch. Let's see if the 14 came down. Looks like gate's just not clear there. Tries to come down in front of the 199. And that brings out another yellow. Well, it's been a while, but we're going to try it. We're going to try to take you side by side here for just a moment. And you are watching QSR Chase for the Cup. We'll double them back up in just a moment here on V-Speed.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine! Just got three things to say. God bless our troops.
Back here live at Auto Club. Alan Dobbs holding on to the top spot. Daniel Walneck's on the outside of row number 2. Waylon Turner and Taylor Clement kind of went back and forth there for that second spot. But your pole sitter, Carter Lynn's done for the day, behind the wall after contact with him in the 85 on lap 16. Stage has been set for number 2 into the restart zone. Alan Dobbs back under green. Sideways there. A little bit of a wiggle out of the corner for the 20 of Killoff. Holds onto it. Will look to the inside of the 35 of Austin Thomas. And the car pushing up the racetrack just behind him. I think that was Tristan Pinna. '90 rather to the outside. Deutscher has a little bit of left front damage, might be hindering the straightaway speed. That Ford Mustang Dark Horse. Thomas trying to look to the inside to pinch down here just in front of him. Car in the wall in the background, that's Deutscher. And maybe across the nose of somebody coming out of turn 4. he bounced the wall, bounced off the 35. Somehow, nobody hits him coming off of turn 4. A little bit of a deceitful exit there for the 9 car. Puts him up into the wall. Maybe a little bit aero tight. It looks like a lot of drivers have been struggling with that here tonight. So we approach that halfway point. Alan Dobbs still holds on. Daniel Monex will restart just beside him. And already, not even halfway through this race, 5 cautions and 5 lead changes. Action started out pretty good at the start of this race, but it started to deteriorate a little bit here. And we've had some different strategies, different cycles, drivers coming in and out of pit road. I think we're just about even here in the top 10. Have one driver on a little bit older tires. That'll be your 4th place driver, Tyler Clemmen. Alan Dobbs is also holding on here, 20 laps on this stint. But it's pretty much 9 laps across the board for everyone else. Again, 4 tires sets available here tonight. Get doubled back up here on lap 34. We'll go back green at lap 35. We'll have 28 cars on the racetrack. Scratch that, it's 27. Brent Allen takes an early exit as well as Brody Deutscher down pit road. The cars trying to get caught back up to the tail end of this field as they come down the backstretch. Should get there in time. No fast repairs here tonight. You get any kind of damage on this machine. It's a very aero-dependent track. Any kind of body damage will pretty much do you in here tonight. Let's see if we can get a long green flag run in for the second half of this race. Right around that mark, lap 35. Alan Dobbs on the loud pedal. Back underway. Look on the high line here. Car gets loose. That was the one of Turner. He's going to fall back to 5th. Gets back in line. And a block here down the backstretch. Just about took him 3 wide there on the entry of that corner. was the 84 of Michael O'Neill who looked to the inside, now getting a taste of his own medicine from the 35 of Austin Thomas. Thomas tries to keep the one behind. 20 almost into the wall. Kill-off. He does get put in the wall. The one cuts him off. This is coming out of turn 2. Back to the live shot now, though. On the outside for Turner. He's going to get a run on the 35. Work his way back up to the 3rd position as he goes by Tyler Clement. Alan Dobbs half a second ahead of this. Daniel Molnex holds on just behind him. They pull away about half a second for the rest of this group of field. And up 22 spots on what's labeled as the 43 on your screen. A lot of contact back here between the 20 and the 50 machine. Tristan Pena tries to go around. David Kill-off almost puts him into the wall. So the action settles down a little bit here. And it's starting to look like maybe a green flag run, like we're used to seeing at Auto Club. There's Galen Wunsch in the 199. Saw him get a little bit loose out of turn 2. He holds on to it, keeps it down the backstretch, currently running in 10th spot. 06 of Ryan Philbrick. And again, that's just a beautiful looking car just in front of that 199. You can get a better look at that thing. Definitely get a really good look at it from the back end. And Mitchell Costner. Costner now has the 06 to the inside. This battle for the 8th position. They're dooring each other again just in front of that. Tristan Pena on the outside of Austin Thomas trying to clear for the top 5. He will clear out of turn 2. Moves on to the next one. Alan Dobbs. It's only down to 0.2 of a second now. But Alan Dobbs has led the most laps the first half of this race. Onto the entry of 1. It looked like Molnex had the momentum to possibly make a move. He will look to the inside into the entry of turn 3. They'll stay side by side. A pinch down, door touch. And Molnex trying to move Dobbs out of the way. Not going to be enough this time by about 100th of a second. Dobbs is able to hold on. And another pinch down here into the entry of turn 1. This is allowing Waylon Turner to creep back into the picture. That's a, wow. What a move there to the inside for Alan Dobbs. I thought he was going to move Molnex out of the way. A little loose there for Turner. We need to go back on the instant replay and take a look at that. That was a dive to the inside. '54 Dobbs continues to put the pressure on Daniel Molnex for the lead. Has the draft help to getting back up there? Now we'll take a peek to the outside. Looks like that car is going to get a little bit tight here. These two continue to go back and forth for that top spot. I don't know if Dobbs has anything for the 6. And I think Molnex just allowing the 54 to overdrive his stuff. He'll look here again into the entry of 1. Molnex gets a little bit loose down there on the apron. I think we're going to see a little bit of a bump here. Oh! Across the nose of the 54, and the 6 of Molnex locks it down into the outside wall. Had a big run here down the backstretch. He'll look to the inside. Late move there by the 54, but he was to the inside of the 6, who was setting up the entry for his corner. I think we just got to chalk that one up to a racing deal. Late moves by both those drivers there. Down and away for the 54, though. Molnex trying to get some of that damage repaired. And hopefully for the 6 car, he'll be able to get back up there. It's like pretty minimal damage. 48 laps completed here from Auto Club. Don't go anywhere. More coverage on V-Speed right after this.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Just coming back here, and a lot of action happening in the background of your screen. Back underway. Tristan Pena has worked his way up to second spot rather quickly. Dove to the inside, past three cars on that restart. Just in the background there, I think that was the 83 that got into the wall. It's actually a couple different cars that had problems on this restart. Has not been good for a few of them. You can see there's Daniel Walnex picking his way through this field already. Came down and got some of that damage repaired. 63 gets really loose and across the nose. That's Austin Thomas in the grass. Will stay green. Came across the nose of the 11, and the caution will come out. Tyler Clement is going to take it behind the wall. Exactly sure what that yellow was for. Unless it goes back to this right here. like to apologize. I'm having some problems with my PC. I'm kind of locked in here, not able to move anyone from Discord. I'd like to get a word with some of these drivers, but I'm having some personal issues on the PC side of things. I'm afraid to click out of iRacing, to be honest, and do anything on my other monitors. It seems that Discord is unresponsive right now, and I don't want to lock this thing up. So just some minor issues here tonight. Kind of started with driver cameras here, and once I got those loaded up, it seemed like it locked my whole PC up, so I have to get that fixed in the future. Alan Dobbs, Waylon Turner, Tristan Pena, Ryan Philbrick. David Kiloff and Quentin Stewart. Stewart has worked his way back up after having problems earlier in this race. Daniel Monex has worked his way back up to 9th. Christian Rodrigo has recovered nicely. Back up to the 8th position as we double back up here on lap 55. We're going to go back green in just a lap's time. Lonnie Joyner overlooking here tonight. And attention to the action on this racetrack. I'd like to thank Quentin Stewart putting these shows on, hosting these sessions. Now with 100% fuel, would venture to say these drivers can make it to the very end of this race with only 30 laps to go. That puts them right at the 60-mile mark. The pace car will get out of the way. 54 of Alan Dobbs, the command car again for this restart. Turn 1 Tsunami's restart zone. Green flag is out, and we're back underway. Side by side for second and third position. Put Ryan Philbrick in there as well. Tristan Pena trying to get around. Trying to hold on actually to the second spot. He will. It gets really tight, really close off of 4. 50 drops down in front of the 1. 06 to the outside now into turn 1. Here comes Ryan Philbrick for the second spot. Meanwhile, Dobbs pulls away about 0.3 of a second. Really tight there off the exit of 2. 50 has to lift out of it. 1 comes up on the nose of the 06. Almost turns himself across it. And David Kiloff works his way into the top 5. Quentin Stewart down to the bottom. Stewart into 5th. Spena falls back. Daniel Molnick still on the charge. He's up to 7th now, trying to work his way back into the top 3. He'll look to the inside. He'll take it 3 wide down the backstretch. Quentin Stewart backs out. He's almost 3 wide. Back here to the 17th position. Galen Wunsch looks 3 wide. He will go there. 32 on the high line of Greg Pillar. 83. Steve McGough, 11 down there on the bottom, was just involved in that spin off into the grass with a 35 a moment ago. We got a car spinning. At least a lot of smoke there. Battle for the lead. Waylon Turner looks for the top spot. There was a little bit of smoke there, and I'm not exactly sure where that came from. Car down on the apron. I believe that's the 20. Mistakes were made on the backstretch. Into the outside wall here. Drifted down into the 33, bounces off his door. Back to the last shot here. The one not able to get it done. Falls back to the clutches. There's Daniel Molnick back into the top 5. Oh boy. If we see the 6 of Molnick catch up to that 54. Seen the end of these fireworks, and he is surely going to catch up to him. Last time by, it was about a 10th faster, and the caution flag flies again here. Looks like Ryan Philbrick gets involved this time. Fifty Pena to the inside. There goes the 06 down to the inside. Spins down the backstretch. It was a little bit loose to start. Down pit road, I want to take it back. The 06 was not loose. And he actually came up a little bit there. A little bit of room to the outside of the 06. Probably could have came up a little higher on that exit. And all in all, not really his fault. He was there, and 50 just kind of come up into him. Another caution here. 8 cautions, 7 lead changes from Auto Club. We have more coverage. QSR, chase for the cup. Right after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here live from Auto Club, about 20 laps to go, exactly 20 laps to go when we cross that start-finish line. QSR Simulations chase for the cup live here on V-Speed, race number 2. It's been a caution-plagued day here tonight. Greg Pillar, John Walker on older tires, the rest of this field. Be the command car for Greg Pillar on the outside this time. Turn 1, Tsunami's restart zone. Green flag back underway. Can old tires hold them off? Wide in the background. Stewart looks to the middle. Molnex falls back a little bit. I believe that's the one of Wyatt or Waylon Turner. Loses a ton of ground here on this restart. Back to 6th, and there's the fireworks I was talking about. The 6 moves the 54 up the racetrack, and he's still all over the back bumper. More contact as they go into turn 1. 54 and the 6 not too happy with each other. Greg Pillar loves what he sees in this mirror, but I don't think they're done just yet. The 6 of Molnex burns the right rear off a little bit there on the exit, trying to get back to the 54 of Dobbs. Pillar continues to hold on to the lead. Stewart into the top 3. Move to the bottom of the racetrack into 1. Stewart could have the advantage coming off this exit. Dobbs takes the point. smoking a little bit sideways back there, and there's the wreck. The 6 of Molnex loses it in front of the tire field. And we have another yellow on lap 69. Right up into the 50 of Pena. The 199 of Wunsch gets a bad end of it. 19 locks it down in the background. But Daniel Molnex loses control out of turn 4. It comes up the racetrack. And almost everyone involved in that. Such a deceitful car to drive. You think you've saved it, get back on that throttle, snaps it back the other way. So on board with Galen Wunsch. Once getting some of that damage repaired, the 50 car gets really bad into that. Go back one more time here. A hard hit to the outside wall. It's just going to do this thing in. And meeting in the middle back here between the 35 of Austin Thomas, the 33 of Christian Ruck Regal. Double zero Randy Swale that had to make evasive maneuvers here. A lot going on here tonight as we get doubled back up. 15 laps to go from Auto Club. Week number 2 has been rather testy on the patience. Some of these guys getting a little crazy. Dobbs gets the green flag though. Can we run this out to the end? Will fan out 3 wide into the entry of 1. Quentin Stewart down on the bottom. I think Stewart got a little tight there on the exit. Ends up losing a couple spots out of that. He's going to have the advantage. He's going to get loose down there on the bottom. Able to hold on to it, though. Falls back to 4th. Now 5th. Ryan Philbrick looking for that 4th spot into turn 1. Just behind him, Greg Pillar losing a couple spots back to the 7th position. It settles out there for the top 5. Quentin Stewart's going to hold on to 5th. Car down on the racetrack here. How about this? Ethan Wisnowski has been quietly working his way through the field. He's looking at a top 10 here as we go into turn 1. Officially into the top 10 for Wisnowski. Still has the 32 on the inside here to the entry of 3. Has to back up his entry, almost puts a crossover there. Battle for the lead between Waylon Turner and Alan Dobbs, the 11 of Nicholas Caldwell, the 06 of Bill Brick. Here comes the 99 of Quentin Stewart. Spots gained for your 5th place driver, 13 spots gained for your 4th place driver. Turner had the lead there briefly. Dobbs is going to take it back down the back straightaway. They've branched off about a 1.5 seconds. Michael O'Neill back in the 6th spot, 3 wide, peaking for the lead. Contact with the 154. Moves him out of the way. Turner had it briefly. Block on the 99. Three wide through 1 and 2. All the way up the racetrack for the 11. Top spot. Throw a blanket over it. Under 10 to go. Loose out of the exit here for Dobbs. One of Turner's going to have the advantage. Dobbs makes him take it to the outside. Really loose off the exit of 2. Five-way battle for the lead. Under 10 to go. Waylon Turner trying to take away that top spot. Philbrick peeks back to the inside. Quentin Stewart patiently waiting for someone to make a mistake. contact here between the 1 and the 11. 3 wide off of 4. Stewart gets clear of it. Third spot now, top 3. Does anybody have something for Alan Dobbs in these final 6 laps? And I think I was finally able to get my cameras working again for these final 5 laps left here for week number 2. Quinn Stewart looks to the inside again of Nicholas Caldwell. Try to get up on the wheel and get to his inside. Has 2 more spots to try to take this win. Philbrick in the background, downshift to 4th gear through 3 and 4. Side by side for the lead. Caldwell's going to try to go for it. 4 laps left. Nicholas Caldwell for the first time today could see the lead and lead a lap. He doesn't get clear. Oh, and the 06 is the round. Caution is out, and everyone able to get by. And that's Ryan Philbrick going across the nose of Waylon Turner. Here in 3 and 4. And maybe a checkup here on the outside. Just comes down. Well, now it's official. We're in green-white checkered territory with QSR. We're going to rack these drivers back up and extend this race 3 additional laps here tonight. We've been scheduled with 85 here today. We're going to take a quick commercial break while we get this set up for you. You're watching QSR Next Generation Series in the Chase for the Cup, live on V-Speed.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we'll back up here with 3 laps to go. Green-white checkered attempt number 1. Live from Auto Club. You're watching QSR Chase for the Cup in the Next Gen Series, race number 2. Alan Dobbs, Nicholas Caldwell, Mitchell Kochner, Quinn Stewart, Austin Thomas on that top 5 as we get set to go back green. Look for a send here on the inside on this restart. Somebody can get enough momentum to move the 54 out of the way, and we see the end of the fireworks. Maybe the last time today we go into that Turn 1 Tsunami's restart zone. Alan Dobbs has his work cut out for him. He's got 20 plus hungry cars behind him. The one had an EOL of Waylon Turner. He goes back to the end of this field. Green flag is out, 2 to go. Not the run that the 11 needed on this restart. Everybody's sending it on the exit of these corners. Draft help trying to break the wake. Dobbs holds on to it right now. He's going to take the white flag and one more time to go around Auto Club. Costner moves up to 3rd, a block here from the 99 of Stewart on the 4th position. 35 to the high line into turn 1. No one has contested Dobbs just yet. Can the 11 do it, though? 35 gets loose. We have problems in the back of the pack here. Turner's around. Galen Wunsch gets a piece of it. Into the inside wall, the 5 of Wisnowski, who was having a top 5 day. Was going to finish probably around 6th or 5th position. Early exit for him, but out of turn 4 for the final time, it's Alan Dobbs who gets the victory. We saw a lot of fireworks here today. We saw more of them there on that final run. Let's back this up and get a replay. Back here with Quentin Stewart. He's running side by side. The 83 makes a mistake on the exit of the corner. Wisnowski, just an innocent bystander here, ends up eating the inside wall. Actually, the 2 gets up into him. Galen Wunsch gets part of that as well. And just nobody lifting off the brakes there at the end of this thing. Post-race interviews with your top 3. We're going to have Alan Dobbs, Mitchell Kochner, and Nicholas Caldwell up into the booth. Final results right after this.
just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Back here live from Auto Club and QSR Next Gen Series Chase for the Cup has concluded. 85 laps, a little extension, one green-white checkered to take it to 87 laps here tonight. Final results coming up on your screen now. 10 cautions, 9 lead changes. And Alan Dobbs, who started in third, led the most laps here today, 54, comes home victorious. Mitchell Costner started in ninth, worked his way up 7 spots to be here in the top 3. And Nicholas Caldwell, we'll get a word with those drivers in just a minute. It was Quentin Stewart by 3/100ths of a second, finishing just behind Nicholas Caldwell in that third spot. Austin Thomas will get a top 5. You know, Michael O'Neill finishing 6th position. Daniel Molnex works his way. I don't know how he did it, but he got back up to 7th. Larry McLean will finish in 8th spot. Randy Sale in 9th. Josh Wren will round out the top 10. 11th goes to David Killow and John Walker in 12th position. Christian Ruck-Regal in the 33 gets 13th. Greg Pillar will finish 14th. Ryan Philbrick in 15th. Galen Wunsch, heavy damage on that car. He'll finish in 16th. Waylon Turner also damaged to finish this thing out, 17th position. Steve McGough will finish 18th. Ethan Wisnowski, man, he definitely deserved the top 10 here today. Tough break for the 5 car. He'll finish 19th. And Mike Petrin will finish 20th. Kristen Penna, definitely a top 3 speed here in the 50 car. Unfortunate back to 21st. Tony Brennan will finish 22nd. Taylor Clemon in 23rd. CJ Gates 24th. Brody Deutscher in 25th. Brent Allen, these cars taking an early exit today. Brandon Yates, Wyatt Walker. Looks like Carter Lenz, 29th position to round out your field. And then Ronnie Joyner race control here tonight, up in the top of the booth and watching over this thing here today from Auto Club. But now that takes us trackside. We're going to get your top 3 finishers into the broadcast booth, and hopefully Discord does not lock up on me. It's been acting rather strange all race long, but hopefully we can get a word with these 3 drivers. First driver we're going to pull up here is your 3rd place finisher, Nicholas Caldwell. Gotta say, Nicholas, it was an up and down day for the 11. You had some damage. You got involved in some incidents there. I believe the one is the first one that comes to mind with Waylon Turner. You also had damage from something that happened really early in this race. So what a recovery to get a top 3.
Yeah, certainly, an all-out effort for us. We got involved in that wreck. I was like lap 20. We actually had 5.5 minutes of damage. So, I was happy that it was a wreck fest early. I know it probably wasn't the most entertaining thing to watch, but those cautions early gave us a chance to get the damage fixed and then just kind of, grind it out. We got spun by the 35 there. I don't really know what he was doing, but after that, it was kind of smooth sailing from there. And then there's another big wreck where the six kind of just threw a temper tantrum and wrecked half the field and got us back up there. And then we showed everyone how to really race with the 54 and the 99. And I think, yeah, Waylon was up there too. So, overall, great day for us. We'll take it. We missed out on the stage points. So I think we probably had a car that could win. But, hey, that's racing. We'll take the third and move on.
Well, you started out here in the fifth position. It kind of felt like the cars fell off early in that run. If you weren't out in clean air, it was very difficult to maintain position if you had a car in front of you. Do you think that maybe equated to some of these guys not expecting this car to drive the way it did tonight?
Yeah, I think, probably the anticipation was for it to be a little loose, but actually, when you were kind of in the air, it got really tight. So, I think that's kind of why we saw some people running each other into the wall and, causing wrecks that way. But overall, I thought it handled pretty good actually. It was exciting for Irish and have a really good setup. So I'm gonna move on to I think Atlanta next week. Hopefully we can keep building on the momentum.
Well, Nicholas, congratulations on the top three here today. 3/100ths of a second to get that third spot. Anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, for sure. Apex Management Group, Nicholas Caldwell Racing, everyone on our team. Alan's won first two races this year, and we've had some really good runs out of Waylon, myself, and Michael in the 84. He's pretty new to iRacing, and bringing it home sixth. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Looking forward to the rest of the year.
Congratulations again. Look forward to seeing you in Atlanta.
Thanks, Bradley.
Nicholas Caldwell, third place finisher here tonight at Auto Club. That brings us to our second place, though. It's Mitchell Costner in the number 92. Oh, Mitchell, got to say, what a recovery. I saw a lot of that tonight, but, it seems like it's even better when you can get a top three. And how did it feel out there tonight to put this thing up on that high line and get a couple spots at the end?
It felt good. I feel like everyone was being a little aggressive on the restarts there, and I kept losing spots trying not to get taken out. But it all worked out in the end with all the fast guys taking themselves out, it seemed. So that was pretty good for me.
Yeah, a lot of these guys seem like the aggression level just never really subsided. It started from lap one, turn one. I saw you going four wide at one point in this race.
Yeah, I wasn't really doing it intentionally. I was kind of just getting people past me on both sides. I was a little scared there at the beginning, to be honest, but just trying to keep the fenders on the car and hope the race would spread out a bit later on.
Well, it did, and then we had that caution there with about 4 to go, and extends this race into overtime. Was that what you were looking forward to, or were you looking maybe to a green flag run that Auto Club's notorious for?
I was hoping more for a green flag run. I mean, practicing this week, I was doing a lot of long run, trying to keep my tires on it. That's why I feel like I had a bit left there on that last restart with the old tires, because I was being pretty easy on them. But it didn't work out that way. But the finish still ended up being good for me, so I can't really complain.
Congratulations on that top three, and whoever put this 92 car on the racetrack tonight, go ahead and shout them out.
I mean, I'd just like to thank my dad normally watches the races, and you guys for broadcasting. It's always fun to rewatch it. And thanks to Quinton and QSR and everyone in charge. It's fun to have them host something like this, and I like being here.
Mitchell Costner, second place at Auto Club. Appreciate your time.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Finally, that brings us to your race winner, Alan Dobbs.
What's up, buddy?
54. It looked pretty fast here tonight, but it seemed like the draft, it was just tough to shake away, and you had those cautions that kept resetting this field. Alan, I got to ask you, how do you feel if this race went green? Do you think you would have been able to pull away from these guys?
It's hard to know, honestly. The tires on this car kind of wear fairly slowly compared to some of the older generations. So the draft was so strong, it was really super hard to get any separation. I was able to get a little bit on the restarts, but they'd still be just close enough to me to pull back in with everybody else drafting behind me. I don't know if I'd have pulled away or not. Uh, I would have liked to have seen what would have happened. It'd been a lot more fun, I think.
Yeah, this race got a little out of hand at times tonight. I noticed some fireworks there near the midway point, and then kind of resurfaced there a little bit later in this race. Any thoughts or comments on that?
Um, yeah, I don't really know what happened other than I feel like I got blocked and he took himself out, and then he was mad about it and tried to wreck me. And, I don't know. Hopefully, over this next week, he can calm down about it. Maybe we can talk about it or something if he wants to, and go into next week fresh. I'm not interested in having a wrecking battle with somebody. So
We'll have to wait and see. I know the next week in Atlanta, it's going to be even more difficult to get away from these guys. Congratulations, though, on another victory and starting it off pretty good here at QSR in the Next Gen Series. Anybody you want to shout out?
yeah, just shout out to my lovely wife, all the guys over at NCR, the admins here, Quentin, all the other guys that helped put this on. Appreciate you for the broadcast. Do a great job. And good race to everybody.
Alan Dobbs victorious. That's 2 weeks in a row, I believe.
Yep. Can't
There you
ask
go.
for much more.
No, that's a pretty perfect start here to a long season, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
All right. Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Your points leader there on your screen. He's going to carry on and carry that momentum into next week, where we go to Atlanta Motor Speedway in just a few moments' time. It was QSR Chase for the Cup Next Gen Series. Appreciate you coming out and watching this. If you did enjoy the action, there was a lot of it here tonight. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can check us out on our socials at VSpeedSim on Twitter and VSpeedSim.com. Go there, check it out. We got a merch page going, and we're going to start dabbling in some custom merchandise. Adam Baker, appreciate him and all of his ideas and all the things he's done. Quentin Stewart, who hosted this session and puts this league together. Ronnie Joyner up in the tower overseeing all these things, and everyone that helped put it together. This is Bradley Cooper telling you so long for QSR from Auto Club. We'll see you in Atlanta in 1 week's time.